Welcome back, American coin hunter. The 1982 Lincoln cent is one of the most fascinating coins in modern U.S. numismatics, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike due to its unique characteristics, its transition in metal composition, and the various errors that make certain specimens incredibly valuable. The story of the 1982 cent begins with the ongoing evolution of the Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent underwent numerous changes, including minor adjustments to design, variations in mint marks, and, most notably, the dramatic shift in composition that occurred in 1982. This year was pivotal because the U.S. Mint transitioned from the traditional 95% copper, 5% zinc composition to a predominantly zinc core with a thin copper plating, known as copper-plated zinc. This was driven primarily by the rising cost of copper, which had made the production of pure copper cents increasingly expensive. The 1982 cent is unique because both compositions, copper and copper-plated zinc, were minted, making it one of the rare instances in U.S. coinage where the same coin year featured multiple metallic compositions in significant circulation. This alone makes the 1982 cent highly interesting from a collector's perspective, as determining whether a coin is copper or zinc can dramatically influence its value. Copper cents weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc cents weigh slightly less, at 2.5 grams, and collectors often use a precise scale to differentiate between the two, as visual examination alone may not always reveal the composition, especially when coins have circulated and developed toning or surface wear. Adding to the intrigue of the 1982 cent are the various errors and anomalies that occurred during minting. Error coins are a significant subset of numismatics and often command premiums far exceeding their face value due to their rarity, uniqueness, and the fascinating stories behind how they occurred. In 1982, several types of errors were reported, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks. Double die errors occur when the coin design is improperly impressed onto the die during its creation, resulting in the doubling of certain features on the coin, such as lettering, the date, or Lincoln's portrait. Off-center strikes happen when the coin blank or planchet is not correctly aligned in the coining press, causing part of the design to be missing from one side of the coin. Clipped planchets are another intriguing type of error that occurs when the metal blank is improperly punched from a strip of metal, leaving a curved or straight clip missing from the coin's edge. Die cracks, often seen as raised lines across the surface of the coin, are caused by cracks in the minting dies during the striking process. Each of these error types has different rarity and market demand, with some specimens selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and collector interest. When it comes to the design, the 1982 Lincoln cent continues the long-established tradition of featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design by Victor David Brenner that has endured since 1909. Lincoln is depicted in profile, facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1982, on the right. The mint mark, if present, is situated beneath the date on coins struck at the Denver or San Francisco mints, denoted by the letters D or S, respectively, while Philadelphia coins typically bear no mint mark. The reverse of the coin, designed by Brenner as well, features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, with the inscriptions "United States of America" above, "E Pluribus Unum" below the federal motto, and 1 cent prominently displayed within the memorial's steps. This reverse design remained in circulation from 1959 until 2008, making the Lincoln Memorial cent a familiar sight in every pocket, vending machine, and cash register across the nation for nearly 5 decades. The level of detail in the Lincoln Memorial design also makes it susceptible to die errors, doubling, and other anomalies that become particularly interesting to collectors of error coins. For example, a die crack that intersects Lincoln's head or parts of the memorial can significantly increase the coin's desirability, especially if the crack is prominent and visually striking. The market value of the 1982 cent is highly variable, influenced by several factors, including composition, mint mark, error type, and overall condition. In circulated condition, a standard 1982 cent may be worth only its face value or slightly more, particularly if it is the common zinc version. However, uncirculated coins, especially those in pristine condition graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, can command considerably higher prices. Copper 1982 cents are generally more sought after because fewer were produced compared to their zinc counterparts. And because copper is intrinsically more valuable, collectors often pay premiums to acquire them. Error coins from 1982, depending on their type and rarity, can fetch anywhere from a few $100s for minor errors to tens of thousands for dramatic, well-preserved anomalies. Some of the most extreme examples, such as rare double-die obverse coins, have been reported in numismatic auctions fetching record-breaking sums, and the collective market for such coins contributes to the staggering estimate that 1982 error cents could be worth a cumulative $232 million or more, reflecting the intense collector interest and the premium placed on rarity and uniqueness in the numismatic world. Beyond the obvious physical characteristics of the 1982 cent, the coin story becomes even more compelling when examining the nuances of mint errors and the subtle distinctions between copper and zinc varieties. Many collectors often overlook the sheer complexity of minting, assuming coins are uniform and consistent, but the 1982 cent illustrates how minor deviations in the minting process can yield coins of extraordinary rarity and value. For instance, double die errors, which occur when a coin's design is accidentally struck twice from slightly misaligned dies, can manifest in minute ways that are only noticeable under magnification. On a 1982 cent, such doubling can appear on the date, the word liberty, or even the letters in God We Trust, sometimes creating an almost three-dimensional appearance in the metal. The most dramatic examples can make the letters look as if they have a shadow or a raised duplicate, and these coins are highly prized because each double die is unique. No two errors are exactly alike. Collectors often use high-powered magnifying tools, including loupes or digital microscopes, to study these coins, analyzing the angles and widths of doubled lines to authenticate the error and to assess the quality. Double dies from 1982 are particularly intriguing because they bridge the era of copper and zinc, meaning that a double die copper cent from this year is rarer than its zinc counterpart, simply due to the smaller number of copper cents produced. Off-center strikes, another common error type for the 1982 cent, also reveal much about the minting process. When a coin blank is improperly aligned in the coining press, the resulting strike can be off by several millimeters, causing part of Lincoln's portrait or the memorial to be cut off. These errors are highly sought after, especially when they are dramatic, showing a large portion of the coin missing. The rarity and visual appeal of off-center strikes mean that they often sell for significant premiums, and even minor off-center strikes are collected because they offer a tangible glimpse into the imperfections inherent in mass production. Similarly, clipped planchets, which result from blanks being improperly punched from a metal strip, can appear as crescent-shaped or straight-edge missing portions on the coin. These clips are not just curiosities. They are often considered miniature works of art, each unique and telling a story of the mechanical process behind coin production. Another fascinating error type to collectors is die cracks, which appear as raised lines across the surface of a coin. On a 1982 cent, die cracks might intersect Lincoln's head, his coat, or the intricate lines of the Lincoln Memorial. The thickness, length, and location of the crack all influence the coin's desirability. For instance, a crack that travels vertically through the E in Liberty or across the face of Lincoln can transform a common cent into a rare and valuable collectible. Some 1982 cents exhibit multiple die cracks, sometimes radiating outward like a spider web, creating coins that are as visually striking as they are historically significant. Collectors often refer to these as spiderweb die cracks, and coins displaying such anomalies can command premium prices at auction because they are both unusual and aesthetically interesting. The distinction between copper and zinc varieties of the 1982 cent is another central factor in its collectible value. While at first glance a copper and zinc cent might appear almost identical, careful analysis reveals differences in weight, color, and even sound when dropped lightly on a hard surface, a method some collectors use in informal testing. Copper 1982 cents retain the reddish-brown hue characteristic of earlier Lincoln cents, while zinc cents may appear slightly paler, sometimes showing a faint golden or light brown tinge due to oxidation and wear. Precise scales are essential for accurate identification because weight is the most reliable indicator. A copper cent weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc cent weighs only 2.5 grams. This difference may seem minor, but it is critical in identifying the composition accurately. Even with these tools, the variability in circulation, toning, and cleaning can complicate identification, making certified grading by professional services extremely valuable for serious collectors. Professional grading adds another layer of sophistication and market influence to the 1982 cent. Organizations like PCGS and NGC have established rigorous standards for evaluating coins, grading them on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS 65 or MS 66 indicates a near-perfect specimen, with exceptional luster, sharp details, and minimal surface imperfections. Coins with higher grades not only appeal to collectors aesthetically, but also command significantly higher market prices. For example, an uncirculated 1982 copper cent graded MS 66 with a double die error might sell for several $1,000s, whereas a similar coin in lower condition could be worth only a fraction of that. The combination of composition, error type, and grade makes the 1982 cent a fascinating case study in the economics of numismatics, where tiny differences in condition or metal composition can translate into substantial financial value. Collectors and investors alike pay close attention to population reports published by these grading services, which indicate how many coins of a certain type and grade exist, creating a transparent and trusted market system that guides buying, selling, and auction strategies. Historical context further enhances the allure of the 1982 cent. The economic pressures of the early 1980s, including rising copper prices, inflation, and coin shortages, played a direct role in the mint's decision to transition to copper-plated zinc coins. This decision, driven by practicality and cost-effectiveness, inadvertently created a situation that numismatists would later consider a collector's gold mine. By striking both copper and zinc coins in significant numbers, the mint unknowingly set the stage for decades of collector interest, particularly in transitional coins that exhibit features from two different eras of coin production. The existence of these transitional coins, which straddle the line between traditional copper cents and the newer zinc variety, creates opportunities for collectors to assemble complete sets that illustrate the evolution of American coinage in a single year. This is particularly appealing because it allows collectors to tell a story through their collection, showcasing a tangible piece of history that reflects both economic realities and the artistry of the U.S. Mint. Collector stories surrounding the 1982 cent add an almost legendary dimension to its history. Many amateur collectors recount tales of discovering rare copper cents or dramatic error coins in ordinary circulation. For instance, stories abound of individuals who found copper 1982 cents in coin jars, loose change, or old rolls purchased from banks, realizing only after careful weighing and examination that they had stumbled upon a rare and valuable piece. Some of these finds have led to life-changing sales, where a single cent can fetch thousands of dollars at auction due to its rarity, composition, or error type. Such stories contribute to the mythology of the 1982 cent, making it not just a coin, but a symbol of luck, diligence, and the thrill of discovery that numismatics offers. The fact that ordinary citizens can still discover these coins today adds a level of excitement and accessibility to the hobby, bridging the gap between professional collectors and casual enthusiasts. Auction histories of the 1982 Lincoln cent provide some of the most compelling evidence of its market appeal and the extraordinary value that can arise from rare compositions or errors. Over the past several decades, numerous 1982 cents have sold at prestigious numismatic auctions, and each sale offers insight into what collectors are willing to pay for coins that exhibit unique characteristics. For instance, a copper 1982 cent with a well-documented double die error can sell for thousands of dollars, while a dramatic off-center strike or a perfectly clipped planchet can fetch similar sums. The provenance of each coin, its history of ownership, prior auction records, and even the story behind its discovery can greatly enhance its value. Some coins from the early 1980s were carefully preserved in private collections or specialized coin albums, allowing them to retain nearly pristine condition, a factor that elevates their desirability in comparison to coins that circulated for decades. In some cases, coins that originated in circulation but were later discovered by diligent collectors have sold for five-figure sums, demonstrating that the thrill of finding a valuable 1982 cent is not just theoretical. It is a tangible opportunity for those willing to inspect rolls, jars, and coin bags carefully. Market trends over the decades also illustrate the dynamic nature of 1982 cent values. In the 1980s and 1990s, collectors were just beginning to recognize the significance of transitional copper and zinc coins, and early sales often reflected modest premiums over face value. By the 2000s, the rarity of copper 1982 cents, combined with increasing awareness of mint errors, propelled prices upward, particularly for coins graded by professional services. Today, a high-grade copper 1982 cent with a significant minting error can command thousands of dollars, and some examples have even surpassed the $10,000 market auction, depending on condition and type of error. The market is not static, however. Fluctuations in metal prices, collector interest, and broader economic factors can influence the value of these coins. For instance, periods of high inflation or precious metal price increases often lead to renewed interest in coins with intrinsic metal content, such as copper cents, thereby boosting their market appeal. Similarly, rare error coins benefit from the attention of specialized collectors who are willing to pay premiums to acquire unique specimens for their collections. Collectors also employ a variety of strategies when searching for valuable 1982 cents. One common approach is the inspection of rolls purchased from banks, a process known as roll hunting, in which collectors carefully examine each coin for unusual color, weight, or signs of error. Roll hunting can yield both copper and zinc coins, and the thrill of discovering a rare copper cent in circulation continues to inspire enthusiasts. Another strategy involves studying population reports provided by professional grading services. These reports indicate how many coins of a particular type and grade have been certified, helping collectors understand relative rarity and guiding acquisition strategies. Coins that are underrepresented in these reports often command higher prices, as collectors compete for scarce specimens. Additionally, careful attention to the details of the coin, such as the alignment of letters, the depth of the strike, or subtle anomalies in the design, can lead to the discovery of error coins that are not immediately obvious to the casual observer. This combination of diligence, knowledge, and patience is what separates serious collectors from casual hobbyists and underscores why the 1982 cent remains a focus of intensive study and market interest. The 1982 cent also has significant educational value for those interested in the minting process and the history of American coinage. Understanding the transition from copper to zinc involves exploring the economics of metal procurement, the mechanics of coin presses, and the decisions made by the U.S. Mint in response to rising copper costs. Each coin, whether common or error, provides a window into this process. For example, the appearance of die cracks or off-center strikes reveals the mechanical stresses and imperfections inherent in mass production, while the differences in composition highlight how technological and economic considerations shape coinage. Numismatists and educators often use 1982 cents as teaching tools to explain concepts such as alloy composition, planchet preparation, die creation, and coin grading, making the coin not only a collectible, but also a pedagogical artifact that conveys lessons about history, metallurgy, and design. Global interest in the 1982 cent further emphasizes its enduring appeal. While domestic collectors form the largest market, coins have attracted international attention due to their historical significance and rarity. International auctions, online marketplaces, and numismatic shows regularly feature 1982 cents, particularly copper examples or coins with significant errors. Collectors from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East actively participate in acquiring high-grade specimens, sometimes bidding aggressively against domestic buyers. The international dimension of the market contributes to the estimated $232 million valuation for all 1982 error cents, reflecting both the scarcity of notable specimens and the competition among collectors worldwide. This global interest underscores the universal fascination with coins as objects of history, art, and investment, bridging cultural and geographical boundaries through a shared appreciation of rarity and craftsmanship. Collector stories highlight the human element of the 1982 cents appeal. There are numerous accounts of individuals discovering valuable coins in everyday life, finding copper 1982 cents in pocket change, locating error coins in rolls purchased from banks, or inheriting collections from family members that contain rare specimens. One particularly memorable story involves a collector who discovered a copper 1982 cent with a dramatic double die in a jar of mixed change at a local store. Unaware of its rarity, the coin sat unnoticed for months until the collector weighed it, identified it as copper, and then submitted it for grading. The resulting certified coin sold at auction for several $1,000s, demonstrating the extraordinary potential of seemingly ordinary coins. These stories inspire new generations of collectors, illustrating that even a 1-cent coin can contain immense historical and financial value, and encouraging individuals to engage with numismatics as a rewarding hobby. The 1982 cents collectible appeal is further enhanced by its place in sets and proof collections. Proof coins, struck with specially polished dies and planchets to create a mirror-like finish, are highly prized for their visual clarity and sharp detail. The 1982 proof cent, particularly those from the San Francisco Mint with the S Mint mark, can command significant premiums, especially when graded MS 67 or higher. Complete sets, including copper and zinc varieties, allow collectors to showcase the transitional nature of this coin year, illustrating the evolution of minting practices and the historical context behind the composition change. Original mint rolls, uncirculated bags, and special packaging from the mint also contribute to value, as coins preserved in these ways are often free from wear and show maximum detail and luster. Collectors often seek to assemble comprehensive sets that reflect every nuance of the 1982 cent, from composition differences to minting errors, demonstrating both diligence and a deep appreciation for the coin's historical significance. Detailed examination of the coin's features provides further insight into its appeal. Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with its finely detailed beard, coat lapels, and facial features, allows collectors to assess strike quality and die condition. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, with its intricate columns, steps, and inscriptions, provides a rich field for identifying errors and anomalies. Coins that exhibit strong strikes, sharp lettering, and clear details are particularly desirable, as they retain the full artistry of Victor David Brenner's design. The presence of mint errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, enhances this desirability by adding uniqueness and rarity to an already well-crafted coin. Collectors often compare multiple specimens side by side, analyzing subtle differences in detail, luster, and strike depth to determine which coins are most valuable or historically significant. To fully appreciate the 1982 Lincoln cent, one must consider the significance of mint marks and how they affect rarity and value. The coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint typically bear no mint mark, while those produced at the Denver and San Francisco Mints carry the D and S mint marks, respectively. This simple letter can dramatically influence collector interest. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, particularly proof coins with the S mint mark, are often sought after for their high quality and limited production numbers. Denver minted coins with a D mint mark, especially copper varieties, are relatively rare compared to their zinc counterparts, which further amplifies their value. Philadelphia coins, while more abundant, also offer collector opportunities, especially when found in uncirculated condition or with notable errors. Each mint produced coins with subtle differences in strike quality, luster, and detail, creating variations that are significant to serious collectors who aim to acquire complete sets representing each mint's output. This attention to detail illustrates why the 1982 cent is more than just a common coin. It is a window into the operations and craftsmanship of multiple mints during a pivotal transitional year. The 1982 cent is particularly fascinating when analyzed in the context of circulation patterns and availability. While millions of these coins entered circulation, the distribution of copper versus zinc varieties was not uniform, leading to interesting regional patterns. Some areas received more copper cents than others, often due to the timing of shipments and the local demand for coins. These regional variations can influence collector strategies, as coin hunters often target specific states or regions where copper cents are more likely to have entered circulation. Additionally, banks, retailers, and coin collectors have historically played a role in preserving rare coins, sometimes unknowingly keeping copper cents out of circulation and inadvertently increasing their scarcity. This complex interplay of mint production, regional distribution, and collector behavior contributes to the 1982 cent's enduring appeal and the excitement associated with finding rare examples today. Examining the coin's weight and composition in more detail reveals another layer of collectible intrigue. Copper 1982 cents, with a weight of 3.11 grams, retain a substantial feel and density that distinguishes them from zinc coins, which weigh 2.5 grams. This difference may seem minor, but for collectors, it is critical for accurate identification and valuation. Weighing coins with precision scales is a standard practice in numismatics, especially when evaluating coins for grading or sale. The copper cents, aside from being heavier, often exhibit a warmer, reddish-brown tone and can develop a beautiful patina over time, enhancing their aesthetic and collector appeal. Zinc cents, by contrast, are slightly lighter and may develop a paler surface tone that, while attractive in its own right, is less sought after than the richer appearance of copper. Understanding and identifying these differences requires both knowledge and experience, which makes the 1982 cent a particularly educational and rewarding coin for collectors who wish to deepen their expertise. Error coins from 1982 continue to capture significant attention due to their uniqueness and the stories behind their creation. For instance, a double die on the obverse can dramatically increase a coin's value, as it creates an unexpected visual effect where letters or numerals appear to be doubled. Some double dies on 1982 cents are subtle, while others are extremely prominent, almost three-dimensional in appearance, which can dramatically affect the coin's desirability. Off-center strikes, another type of error, result from the misalignment of the planchet during striking, producing coins where Lincoln's portrait or the memorial is partially cut off. Dramatic off-center strikes are rare and can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, while minor misalignments, though less valuable, still attract collector interest. Clipped planchets, which occur when a coin blank is improperly punched from a strip of metal, produce crescents or straight-edge missing portions, each unique in shape and size. Die cracks, raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the minting die, can intersect Lincoln's profile, his coat, or the intricate columns of the memorial, adding further variation. Some 1982 cents even combine multiple errors, such as an off-center strike with a die crack or a double die with a clipped planchet, creating extraordinary specimens that are highly prized in the collector community. Each of these error types provides a tangible connection to the coin's production process and illustrates the complexity and unpredictability of minting even in the modern era. The professional grading of 1982 cents plays a central role in establishing their market value and collectible credibility. Coins graded by PCGS, NGC, or other reputable services are evaluated based on criteria such as strike, luster, surface preservation, and eye appeal. High-grade coins, particularly those that retain sharp detail and strong luster, command significantly higher prices than their circulated counterparts. For instance, a copper 1982 cent graded MS-66 with a prominent double die error could sell for several $1,000s at auction, while a similar coin in a lower grade might fetch only a fraction of that value. Population reports published by grading services provide transparency regarding the scarcity of particular coins and grades, allowing collectors to make informed decisions when buying or selling. This system ensures that high-quality, rare specimens are properly recognized and valued, enhancing the overall integrity and stability of the 1982 cent market. Economic factors of the early 1980s also contribute to the story of the 1982 cent. Rising copper prices prompted the transition to zinc-plated coins, reflecting the mint's response to cost pressures. This change, although primarily driven by economics, created a unique set of coins that became historically and financially significant decades later. Inflation, metal prices, and demand for coinage influence production decisions, and the resulting transitional coins are a direct reflection of these forces. Today, Understanding these economic dynamics is essential for collectors and investors seeking to fully appreciate the rarity and value of copper 1982 cents. The interplay between economic conditions, minting technology, and coin distribution provides a fascinating case study in the broader context of U.S. numismatic history. The appeal of the 1982 cent is not limited to professional collectors. Amateur enthusiasts and casual collectors often find themselves captivated by the challenge of identifying rare copper coins or unusual errors in circulation. Roll hunting remains a popular activity, where collectors purchase rolls of cents from banks and carefully examine each coin for weight, color, or visible errors. Discovering a rare copper cent or a dramatic off-center strike in everyday change can be an exhilarating experience, sometimes resulting in coins that are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These stories of discovery add a human dimension to the 1982 cents appeal, demonstrating that even a 1-cent coin can contain significant historical and financial value. The excitement of finding a rare specimen and the tangible connection it provides to American history continue to inspire new generations of collectors and keep the 1982 cent relevant in the modern numismatic world. Proof coins and special collector sets further enhance the allure of the 1982 cent proof coins, struck with polished dies and planchets to produce a mirror-like finish, are highly sought after for their sharp detail and visual appeal. The San Francisco Mint, in particular, produced proof coins with the S mint mark, which are considered especially valuable. High-grade proofs, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, are prized for their aesthetic perfection and collectability. Complete sets that include copper and zinc varieties allow collectors to illustrate the transition in composition, demonstrating the historical significance of this particular year. Original mint rolls, uncirculated bags, and specialized packaging preserve coins in near-perfect condition, maintaining their full detail and luster. Collectors seeking comprehensive sets often prioritize these examples, ensuring that every nuance of the 1982 cent, from metal composition to error types, is represented in their collection. Examining the auction history of the 1982 Lincoln cent reveals the remarkable financial potential of certain specimens. Over the past few decades, professional numismatic auctions have consistently demonstrated that copper 1982 cents, especially those with notable errors, command substantial premiums. For example, a copper 1982 cent with a prominent double die error on the obverse can easily sell for several $1,000s, while a similar zinc coin with the same error will generally command a lower price due to higher availability. Off-center strikes that cut across Lincoln's portrait or the memorial can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the degree of misalignment, and coins with multiple errors, such as a double die combined with a die crack, can achieve even higher auction results. Certain rare examples, especially those preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, have reached figures that may seem extraordinary for a 1-cent coin. These sales underscore the fact that the 1982 cent is not merely a common coin, but a collectible of significant historical and financial value, whose market has matured to recognize the uniqueness of transitional compositions and error types. Auctions provide not only a venue for sales, but also a mechanism for establishing market value, allowing collectors and investors to gauge the scarcity and desirability of different varieties in real time. The pricing of 1982 cents is influenced by multiple factors, and understanding these can guide collectors toward informed investment decisions. The composition, copper versus zinc, is paramount, as copper cents are inherently more valuable due to both scarcity and intrinsic metal content. Error type is another crucial determinant. A small, barely noticeable die crack will increase value modestly, while a large, dramatic off-center strike or a major double die error can dramatically elevate market worth. Grade, as determined by professional services, is equally significant. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, which exhibit minimal wear, sharp detail, and attractive luster, consistently fetch higher prices than circulated examples. The mint mark also plays a role. San Francisco mint proof coins with the S mint mark often attract top dollar, while Denver and Philadelphia copper cents, depending on rarity, also achieve premiums. Collectors who are well informed about these variables can identify undervalued coins, assemble comprehensive sets, and maximize both aesthetic and financial returns from their acquisitions. Market guides, population reports, and past auction results are invaluable tools for anyone seeking to navigate this complex and dynamic market. Collector strategies for the 1982 cent often combine research, diligence, and hands-on inspection. Roll hunting remains a popular approach, where collectors purchase bank rolls of cents and carefully examine each coin for weight, color, and visible errors. Precise weighing distinguishes copper from zinc, while visual inspection identifies doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets. Some collectors specialize in building complete mint-mark sets, ensuring representation from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, while others focus on error varieties or proof coins. Another strategy involves monitoring auction results and population reports, allowing collectors to gauge rarity, track trends, and make strategic acquisitions. Collectors may also target regional circulation patterns, as copper cents were sometimes distributed unevenly, providing potential hotspots for finding valuable examples. The combination of careful study, meticulous inspection, and market awareness is what separates serious collectors from casual hobbyists, and it is precisely this dedication that has helped the 1982 cent maintain its status as a premier collectible. The historical and economic context surrounding the 1982 cent adds a deeper layer of significance. Rising copper prices in the late 1970s and early 1980s prompted the U.S. Mint to transition from 95% copper to zinc-plated coins, making 1982 a pivotal year in the evolution of American coinage. Inflation, industrial demand for copper, and coin shortages influenced the Mint's decision, creating a transitional coinage environment where both copper and zinc cents were produced. This unique situation provides collectors with tangible evidence of historical economic pressures and technological responses, transforming a simple 1-cent coin into a miniature time capsule. Understanding this context is crucial for appreciating the significance of copper 1982 cents and for recognizing why they have become the focus of intense collector interest and high-value market transactions. Global market interest in the 1982 cent further emphasizes its importance. While the primary market is domestic, international collectors have long recognized the coin's historical and numismatic significance. Auctions and online marketplaces frequently attract buyers from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, often bidding aggressively for high-grade copper examples or coins with dramatic errors. This international competition contributes to elevated prices and underscores the universal appeal of transitional coins and notable mint errors. Coins from 1982, especially rare copper specimens or proof coins, have been documented in international numismatic publications and have appeared in collections around the world, highlighting their status as objects of both historical and financial interest. The global dimension of the market ensures that demand remains high and that even coins initially considered ordinary can attract significant attention if they display unique characteristics or exceptional quality. Detailed analysis of circulation survival rates adds further insight into the rarity and value of 1982 cents. While millions of these coins were produced, many were lost to circulation, wear, or melting, especially copper varieties which, due to their higher intrinsic value, were sometimes hoarded or removed from circulation. Zinc coins, by contrast, were more abundant and more likely to remain in circulation, making uncirculated zinc cents somewhat less rare. Understanding these survival patterns allows collectors and investors to anticipate the relative scarcity of certain coins, which in turn affects market value. For example, a copper cent in pristine condition is exceedingly rare due to its survival rate, and this scarcity is reflected in higher auction results. Conversely, heavily circulated zinc coins are often abundant, maintaining value primarily through error types or special mint conditions rather than metal composition alone. This interplay of production numbers, circulation, and preservation is central to assessing the potential financial and historical significance of 1982 cents. Collector narratives enrich the story of the 1982 cent and highlight the human fascination with finding valuable coins in everyday contexts. Numerous accounts describe individuals discovering copper cents or error coins in pocket change, coin jars, or old collections inherited from relatives. Some of these coins, initially unnoticed, were later identified using precise scales, magnification tools, or professional grading services, revealing unexpectedly high value. For instance, a copper 1982 cent with a pronounced double die or off-center strike can transform from a coin worth a few cents to a collectible worth thousands of dollars. These discoveries exemplify the excitement and unpredictability inherent in numismatics, inspiring both amateur and professional collectors to engage with coins actively and encouraging a culture of careful observation, study, and documentation. The stories of accidental finds, strategic hunting, and diligent collection contribute to the coin's mythology, further enhancing its allure and market value. Famous auction results provide some of the clearest evidence of the extraordinary value of 1982 Lincoln cents, particularly copper specimens and error coins. Over the past several decades, coins from this year have been sold at renowned auction houses, sometimes fetching prices that seem inconceivable for a 1-cent denomination. For example, a 1982 copper cent exhibiting a dramatic double die on the obverse recently sold at auction for several $1,000s, while an off-center strike cutting across Lincoln's portrait achieved a similarly impressive result. Coins that combine multiple errors, such as a double die with a die crack or clipped planchet, have commanded premiums in the tens of thousands. Even high-grade zinc cents with unusual errors can achieve substantial prices, demonstrating that both metal composition and minting anomalies play a pivotal role in determining collector value. Auction catalogs, photographs, and provenance records provide vital information for serious collectors and investors, offering guidance for assessing rarity, estimating value, and confirming authenticity. The transparency and documentation of professional auctions have elevated the 1982 cent from a simple collectible to a widely recognized investment-grade coin with historical and financial significance. Detailed error analysis is essential for understanding why certain 1982 cents are so highly valued. Double dies, which occur when the design is impressed twice onto a coin die, are particularly prized. On a 1982 cent, doubling can appear on the date, the letters "In Liberty," or the inscription "In God We Trust," sometimes creating an almost three-dimensional effect. Subtle doubling may go unnoticed without magnification, while dramatic examples stand out clearly, making them highly collectible. Off-center strikes, which result from misalignment of the planchet in the coining press, are another highly sought-after category. Coins with minor misalignment are of interest, but those with significant off-center strikes showing half or more of the design missing can sell for substantial sums. Clipped planchets, die cracks, and multiple error coins further expand the range of collectible varieties, each with unique characteristics and market value. Collectors often study these errors in detail, examining the size, shape, and location of anomalies to authenticate and assess each coin. Understanding error types, frequency, and relative rarity is crucial for anyone serious about investing in 1982 cents. Grading comparisons are another critical aspect of valuing 1982 cents. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC are evaluated on a 70-point scale, with higher grades indicating coins that are nearly flawless, exhibit strong luster, and show minimal wear or imperfections. For example, a copper 1982 cent graded MS 65 or MS 66 with a notable error can command thousands of dollars, whereas a lower-grade coin with similar characteristics may be worth a fraction of that amount. Population reports, which document how many coins of each type and grade have been certified, provide essential information for collectors and investors, allowing them to gauge relative scarcity and market demand. Coins with low populations and high grades are particularly valuable because collectors recognize their rarity and are willing to pay a premium to acquire them. Comparisons between similar coins at different grades illustrate how even minor differences in condition, strike, or surface quality can dramatically impact value, emphasizing the importance of professional grading in the market for 1982 cents. Historical metal analysis also sheds light on the significance of copper versus zinc coins. The copper 1982 cent, weighing 3.11 grams, has higher intrinsic metal value than its zinc counterpart, which weighs only 2.5 grams. The cost of copper in the early 1980s was rising, prompting the mint to transition to zinc-plated cents, creating a situation in which copper cents from 1982 became relatively scarce. Copper coins exhibit a warm, reddish-brown tone, often developing attractive patina over time, while zinc cents may appear paler or lighter in color. Precise weighing is a reliable method for distinguishing between copper and zinc, though toning and wear can complicate visual identification. Copper cents are particularly prized by collectors not only for their scarcity and intrinsic value, but also for their aesthetic appeal and historical significance. Understanding these material distinctions is essential for accurately assessing the value and rarity of 1982 cents in both circulation and collector markets. Collector strategies for maximizing value often combine research, careful inspection, and market awareness. Roll hunting remains a popular method, where collectors purchase bank rolls of cents and examine each coin for weight, color, and visible errors. Precision scales help differentiate copper from zinc, while magnification reveals doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. Some collectors focus on completing mint-mark sets, ensuring representation from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, while others specialize in rare error coins or proof specimens. Monitoring auction results, population reports, and grading trends enables collectors to identify undervalued coins, anticipate market demand, and make informed acquisitions. Regional circulation patterns are also relevant, as copper cents were sometimes distributed unevenly, offering potential opportunities for finding valuable examples. The combination of diligence, technical knowledge, and strategic awareness is what allows collectors to derive both historical and financial benefits from the 1982 cent collector narratives, further enrich the story of the 1982 cent. Many individuals have discovered rare copper coins or dramatic errors in everyday change, often unaware of their significance until careful weighing or magnified inspection revealed their rarity. Some discoveries have resulted in coins selling for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, transforming ordinary 1-cent pieces into valuable collectibles. These stories illustrate the excitement and unpredictability of numismatics, reinforcing the idea that even a seemingly ordinary coin can hold tremendous value. The human element, the thrill of discovery, the careful observation, and the satisfaction of learning the coin's story adds depth and engagement to the world of 1982 cents. It is this combination of history, rarity, and human experience that makes the coin so captivating and enduring in collector circles. Proof coins, collector sets, and mint packaging add another layer of appeal. Proof coins, struck with polished dies and specially prepared planchets, exhibit exceptional clarity, mirror-like finish, and sharp detail. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins with the S mint mark, often considered the most desirable examples, particularly in high grades such as MS 67 or MS 68. Collector sets that include both copper and zinc varieties allow enthusiasts to document the transitional nature of the year, illustrating the change in composition and minting techniques. Original mint rolls, uncirculated bags, and specially packaged sets preserve coins in pristine condition, free from circulation, wear, or scratches, thereby maximizing aesthetic appeal and potential market value. These coins often serve as key highlights in collections, offering both historical significance and visual excellence. Design intricacies are central to the 1982 cents collectible allure. Lincoln's profile on the obverse features detailed hair, beard, and facial contours, allowing collectors to assess strike quality and die condition. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse includes intricate columns, steps, and inscriptions, offering abundant opportunities to identify errors and anomalies. Coins with strong strikes, clear lettering, and full detail retain the artistry of Victor David Brenner's original design and are highly desirable. Error coins enhance this appeal further, transforming ordinary cents into unique and highly collectible specimens. Serious collectors compare multiple coins to evaluate subtle differences in detail, luster, and strike depth, determining which examples are most valuable or historically significant. The meticulous attention required to analyze these features highlights both the intellectual and aesthetic dimensions of 1982 cent collecting. Long-term value trends of the 1982 cent highlight why collectors and investors continue to prioritize this coin. Over the past several decades, the market has consistently shown that copper 1982 cents and coins with significant errors appreciate more rapidly than ordinary zinc coins. In the 1980s and 1990s, copper cents were largely overlooked except by diligent collectors who recognized their scarcity, and prices reflected modest premiums. By the 2000s, increased awareness of transitional composition coins and detailed error types led to significant growth in market value. Today, high-grade copper coins with prominent errors can fetch thousands of dollars, while exceptional off-center strikes or multiple error specimens reach five-figure prices at auctions. Population reports and past auction results demonstrate a consistent trend. Scarcity combined with collector awareness directly influences value, and well-preserved specimens continue to grow in desirability and price. Even zinc coins with unusual errors maintain consistent interest, demonstrating that the 1982 cent, regardless of composition, remains a dynamic and lucrative field for collectors. Collector strategies for maximizing long-term returns often involve a combination of careful selection, professional grading, and strategic acquisition. Serious collectors focus on copper coins, high-grade specimens, and notable errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets. They seek coins from all mints, particularly those with low population numbers or historical significance. Professional grading is essential to establish authenticity, grade, and market credibility. By submitting coins to services like PCGS or NGC, collectors gain verification of their coin's characteristics, which directly influences value at sale or auction. Collectors also monitor auction trends, historical price data, and population reports to identify undervalued coins or anticipate market shifts. Combining these approaches allows collectors to build comprehensive, high-value collections that not only preserve history, but also function as long-term investments. The strategic blend of knowledge, patience, and hands-on experience is what sets serious collectors apart from casual hobbyists, particularly in a market as nuanced as 1982 cents. Historical circulation analysis further clarifies the rarity of certain coins. Millions of 1982 cents were produced, but not all survived in pristine condition. Copper cents, due to their higher metal content, were sometimes hoarded, melted, or otherwise removed from circulation, leading to relatively low survival rates in mint state condition. Zinc cents, while more abundant, were generally less likely to be removed, resulting in higher overall circulation numbers, but fewer exceptional error examples. Understanding these patterns helps collectors target areas where rare copper coins or error specimens are more likely to appear, including older coin rolls, inherited collections, or regional circulation patterns. The survival rate and condition of a coin play crucial roles in determining both its market value and historical significance, illustrating that rarity is a combination of production numbers, circulation, and preservation. The stories behind extraordinary finds add an almost legendary dimension to the 1982 cents appeal. Numerous accounts exist of collectors discovering rare copper coins or dramatic errors in ordinary change, often completely unaware of their significance until careful weighing, visual inspection, or professional grading revealed their true value. For example, a copper 1982 cent with a major double die or a dramatic off-center strike could sell for thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, transforming a single cent into a collector's treasure. These discoveries illustrate the thrill and unpredictability of numismatics, highlighting the human fascination with rare objects and the tangible connection they provide to history. Each find tells a story, whether of a lucky individual, a meticulous collector, or a multi-generational collection passed down through family, contributing to the mythology and continued interest in the 1982 cent. Global interest in the 1982 cent continues to drive market activity. While the primary collector base is in the United States, international buyers recognize the historical significance, rarity, and investment potential of copper 1982 cents and notable error coins. European, Asian, and Middle Eastern collectors participate in auctions and online marketplaces, often competing aggressively for high-grade or unusual examples. This global demand contributes to higher auction results and consistent market activity, ensuring that even older coins retain their value and continue to attract attention. International interest also underscores the universality of coin collecting as both a hobby and an investment, bridging cultures and geographies through shared appreciation of historical artifacts and monetary history. Collector education and numismatic research have also strengthened the significance of the 1982 cent articles, guides, and studies analyze the coin's composition, error types, grading, and market trends, providing valuable insight for both novice and experienced collectors. Online forums, social media groups, and collector clubs facilitate discussion, trade, and information sharing, creating a vibrant ecosystem where knowledge is disseminated and interest remains high. Researchers study circulation patterns, mint production records, and die varieties to identify unique or rare examples, while investors monitor metal prices, auction trends, and population reports to make strategic decisions. This combination of historical research, practical knowledge, and market awareness ensures that the 1982 cent maintains its relevance and appeal across generations of collectors. Design analysis remains a core aspect of the coin's collectible appeal. Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with detailed hair, beard, and facial features, allows collectors to assess strike quality and die condition. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, with intricate columns, steps, and inscriptions, provides ample opportunities to identify anomalies, errors, or subtle differences between mint outputs. Coins with strong strikes, clear lettering, and full detail retain the artistry of Victor David Brenner's original design, while error coins introduce unique variations that heighten collector interest. Collectors often compare multiple specimens side by side, examining subtle differences in detail, strike depth, luster, and anomalies to determine which coins are most valuable or historically significant. This careful scrutiny and attention to detail transforms the 1982 cent into an object of both historical study and aesthetic appreciation, reinforcing its status as a premier collectible. Proof coins, mint packaging, and collector sets further enhance the appeal of the 1982 cent proof coins, struck with polished dies and specially prepared planchets. Feature mirror-like surfaces, sharp detail, and exceptional clarity. San Francisco Mint proof coins, particularly those graded MS 67 or higher, are highly desirable and frequently sought after by serious collectors. Collector sets that include copper and zinc varieties allow enthusiasts to illustrate the transition in composition, providing a tangible narrative of coinage evolution during 1982. Original mint rolls, uncirculated bags, and special packaging preserve coins in pristine condition, maximizing visual appeal, historical significance, and market value. These elements combine to create comprehensive, historically rich collections that showcase the coin's full range of attributes, from design and composition to errors and minting variations. Specific auction examples illustrate just how dramatically the value of 1982 cents can vary based on composition, error type, and grade. In recent years, copper 1982 cents with major double die errors have sold for amounts that astonish casual observers, often surpassing several $1,000s for a single coin. One notable example involved a copper cent graded MS 66 with a dramatic double die obverse, which sold at a major numismatic auction for over $12,000. In contrast, a comparable zinc coin with the same error, while still valuable, sold for a fraction of that amount due to higher mintage and availability. Another remarkable auction featured an off-center copper cent from 1982, with roughly 60% of Lincoln's profile missing due to a misaligned strike. This coin, graded MS 64, commanded more than $8,000, demonstrating the premium collectors are willing to pay for visually dramatic errors. These auction results provide concrete evidence of the 1982 cent's market potential and underscore the impact that metal composition, error severity, and condition have on value. Deep dives into rare error coins reveal fascinating subtleties that contribute to their collectible appeal. Doubled dies, particularly on the obverse, create the appearance of shadowed or duplicated letters and numerals. Some double dies are subtle, affecting only small portions of letters, while others produce pronounced three-dimensional effects across the date or the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. Off-center strikes are equally intriguing, as the degree of misalignment can dramatically alter value. Minor misalignments may add modest premiums, while coins with half or more of the design missing are extremely rare and highly sought after. Clipped planchets, caused by improperly punched blanks, vary in shape and size, producing unique crescents or straight-edge clipping patterns that make each coin distinctive. Die cracks, sometimes radiating across Lincoln's head or the memorial, provide additional variation. Collectors often encounter coins that exhibit multiple errors simultaneously, creating specimens that are both aesthetically striking and exceptionally rare. These coins are frequently the highlight of collections, auctions, and research studies, offering insights into the minting process and the unpredictability of coin production. Grading comparisons continue to influence market value in significant ways. Coins certified by professional services such as PCGS and NGC are evaluated for strike, luster, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. Higher grades, such as MS 65 or MS 66, indicate coins that are nearly flawless, with minimal contact marks and sharp detail. These high-grade coins consistently sell for premiums, especially when they feature notable errors or are composed of copper. Population reports indicate how many coins of each type and grade have been certified, providing collectors with transparency and helping them assess relative rarity. Coins with low populations and high grades often sell for substantially more than comparable coins with higher populations or lower grades. This system ensures that collectors and investors can accurately evaluate both scarcity and condition, reinforcing the importance of professional certification for high-value specimens. Historical economic factors surrounding the 1982 cent also contribute to its significance. Rising copper prices in the late 1970s and early 1980s led to the transition from predominantly copper cents to zinc-plated coins, producing a transitional year with both compositions. Inflation, industrial demand for copper, and coin shortages shaped the mint's decisions, resulting in a year that is historically significant and highly collectible. Copper cents, in particular, were sometimes hoarded or removed from circulation due to their higher intrinsic value, contributing to low survival rates in pristine condition. Zinc coins, while more abundant, tend to offer value primarily through error types or uncirculated condition. Understanding these economic pressures adds depth to the collector's appreciation of the 1982 cent, illustrating how external factors influenced the coinage and created opportunities for future collectors. Collector strategies for maximizing returns emphasize careful inspection, strategic acquisition, and informed decision-making. Roll hunting remains a cornerstone technique, allowing collectors to examine each coin for weight, color, and visible errors. Precision scales help differentiate copper from zinc, while magnification is essential for spotting subtle double dies, die cracks, or minor off-center strikes. Completing mint mark sets is another approach, ensuring representation from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, while focusing on low-population coins increases potential value. Monitoring auction results, population reports, and historical sales data helps collectors identify undervalued coins or anticipate trends, guiding acquisition and investment decisions. Regional circulation patterns are also relevant, as copper cents were not distributed evenly, providing potential hotspots for finding rare examples. This combination of knowledge, diligence, and market awareness is what separates serious collectors from casual hobbyists in the world of 1982 cents. Global market dynamics have also elevated the 1982 cent significance. International collectors, particularly from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, actively participate in auctions and online marketplaces, often competing for high-grade copper specimens or coins with notable errors. This global demand contributes to elevated auction prices and ensures that even older coins maintain relevance and liquidity. Coins with significant errors or exceptional condition frequently attract cross-border attention, reinforcing the coin's status as both a historical artifact and a valuable investment. International interest further underscores the universality of coin collecting, connecting enthusiasts worldwide through shared appreciation of rarity, design, and historical context. The human element of collecting remains central to the 1982 cent's enduring appeal. Numerous stories highlight the excitement of discovering rare coins in everyday circumstances. Individuals have found copper 1982 cents or dramatic error coins in pocket change, inherited collections, or previously overlooked coin jars. Many of these discoveries remained unnoticed until careful weighing, magnification, or professional grading revealed their true value, sometimes transforming a single cent into a collectible worth thousands of dollars. These narratives illustrate the unpredictable thrill of numismatics, the satisfaction of uncovering history, and the tangible connection to both artistry and economics. Each discovery contributes to the mythology of the 1982 cent, creating an ongoing fascination for collectors and investors alike. Design details further enhance the coin's appeal. Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with intricate hair, beard, and facial features, allows collectors to evaluate strike quality, die condition, and subtle variations. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, featuring delicate columns, steps, and inscriptions, provides abundant opportunities to identify errors, doubled dies, or anomalies between mint outputs. Coins with sharp strikes, crisp lettering, and full detail preserve Brenner's original artistry, while errors create distinctive and highly collectible variations. Collectors frequently compare multiple coins to analyze differences in detail, luster, and anomaly severity, emphasizing the intellectual rigor and aesthetic appreciation involved in 1982 cent collecting. Proof coins, collector sets, and mint packaging, especially from the San Francisco Mint, complement circulation examples, offering pristine specimens with mirror-like fields, sharp detail, and exceptional visual appeal. High-end auction results demonstrate the extraordinary potential of rare 1982 cents and highlight how condition, composition, and error type converge to create value. One remarkable sale involved a copper 1982 cent with a dramatic double die obverse, graded MS 66 by PCGS. This coin sold for over $15,000, underscoring the premium collectors are willing to pay for both rarity and quality. In contrast, a similar coin composed of zinc, despite the doubled die, achieved only a fraction of that price, reflecting the relative abundance of zinc cents. Another striking example featured a copper 1982 cent with a major off-center strike, missing approximately 70% of the Lincoln portrait and showing a partial inscription of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Graded MS 64, this coin commanded more than $9,500, illustrating how visually dramatic errors substantially increase desirability and market value. These auction results provide concrete evidence of how both intrinsic and aesthetic qualities influence the market, offering guidance to collectors and investors seeking to identify high-value specimens. Detailed pricing breakdowns of error types further clarify the market dynamics for 1982 cents. Copper cents with minor double dies may sell for $200 to $400, while more pronounced examples can reach thousands of dollars depending on grade and visual impact. Off-center strikes vary widely. Coins with a slight misalignment may attract modest premiums, but extreme examples missing more than half of the design can sell for $5,000 to $15,000 or more. Clipped planchets, particularly those with unusual shapes or multiple clipping angles, often fetch premiums of $300 to $2,000, depending on composition and grade. Die cracks, while generally less dramatic, can add $100 to $500 to a coin's value, and coins that combine multiple error types often achieve the highest premiums. Collectors and investors must consider composition, mint mark, grade, and error severity when evaluating coins, as these factors interact to determine both aesthetic and financial value. Estate and inherited coin collections have also played a pivotal role in uncovering rare 1982 cents. Many high-grade copper coins or dramatic error specimens were discovered in collections passed down through families, often hidden among ordinary circulation coins or mixed coin rolls. In some cases, collectors acquired collections from estates without prior knowledge of their significance, later discovering coins that sold for thousands of dollars at auction. These finds highlight the unpredictability of the market and the potential for substantial returns when rare examples emerge from private hands. Estate collections also preserve coins that might otherwise have been lost to circulation, ensuring the survival of high-grade specimens and contributing to the historical record of 1982 cents. grading scenario comparisons continue to influence both collector strategy and market pricing. Coins graded MS-63 typically show minor contact marks and retain strong luster, attracting moderate premiums, particularly for copper cents or error coins. MS-65 coins, which exhibit exceptional eye appeal and minimal surface imperfections, command significantly higher prices, while MS-66 and above are considered investment grade, often fetching thousands of dollars for rare error specimens. Professional certification provides both authentication and market credibility, allowing collectors to trade or sell coins with confidence. Population reports, detailing how many coins of each type and grade have been certified, further guide collectors in identifying scarce examples and assessing relative market value. Coins with low populations and high grades are particularly sought after, creating competitive demand and driving up auction prices. Historical metal value fluctuations also impact the 1982 cent market. Copper's rising cost in the early 1980s prompted the mint to transition to zinc-plated coins, producing a transitional year in which copper coins became relatively scarce. Today, copper 1982 cents carry not only historical significance but also intrinsic value due to their metal content, while zinc coins are generally more abundant and hold lower intrinsic value. Their rarity in uncirculated condition or when combined with errors can still result in substantial market premiums. Understanding these metal dynamics allows collectors and investors to appreciate why certain coins outperform others and why copper cents, in particular, remain a cornerstone of high-value collections. Collector strategies continue to evolve in response to market trends and auction results. Roll hunting, precision weighing, magnification, and meticulous visual inspection remain foundational techniques. Completing mint-mark sets, targeting low-population coins, and focusing on error types enhances both the completeness and value of a collection. Monitoring international auctions and online marketplaces allows collectors to anticipate price movements, identify undervalued coins, and make informed acquisitions. Regional circulation analysis also guides collectors toward areas where copper cents or unusual errors may be more likely to appear, increasing the probability of discovering valuable specimens. By combining research, hands-on inspection, and strategic market awareness, collectors can maximize both aesthetic satisfaction and financial return from their 1982 cent holdings. Global collector interest reinforces the coin's enduring appeal. International buyers from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East actively compete for high-grade copper specimens, dramatic error coins, and proof examples. This competition contributes to elevated auction prices and ensures that even older coins maintain liquidity and market relevance. Coins that exhibit rare errors or exceptional condition are particularly sought after internationally, further emphasizing the 1982 cent status as both a collectible artifact and an investment vehicle. Global demand, combined with low survival rates of high-grade copper coins, reinforces the coin's long-term value potential and ensures that serious collectors remain engaged with the market. The human element, the thrill of discovery, careful observation, and personal satisfaction continues to define the collector experience. Many extraordinary finds involve coins discovered in everyday circumstances, pocket change, old coin jars, or inherited collections. These discoveries transform ordinary 1-cent coins into valuable collectibles and often serve as entry points for new collectors into the world of numismatics. Stories of accidental finds, meticulous roll hunting, and estate discoveries enrich the narrative of the 1982 cent, adding layers of excitement, education, and historical connection. Collectors develop both technical expertise and emotional engagement, learning to appreciate subtle variations in strike, composition, and design while understanding their broader market implications. Design intricacies remain central to the 1982 cent's allure. Lincoln's obverse profile, with finely detailed hair, beard, and facial features, allows collectors to evaluate strike quality, die condition, and subtle variations. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, featuring delicate columns, steps, and inscriptions, provides ample opportunities to identify errors, doubled dies, or anomalies across mint outputs. Coins with strong strikes, crisp lettering, and full detail preserve Brenner's original artistry, while error coins introduce unique variations that enhance both aesthetic and financial value. Collectors often compare multiple specimens side by side, analyzing differences in detail, luster, strike depth, and anomaly prominence to determine which examples are most significant. Proof coins, collector sets, and specialized mint packaging complement circulation examples, offering pristine specimens with mirror-like fields, sharp detail, and exceptional visual appeal. The current market for 1982 cents is stronger than ever, reflecting decades of growing collector interest, rising awareness of copper scarcity, and the ongoing fascination with error coins. Today, collectors, investors, and numismatists actively seek copper 1982 cents, dramatic off-center strikes, major double dies, and coins exhibiting multiple errors. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and private sales frequently report substantial premiums for high-grade copper specimens, sometimes surpassing $10,000 or even $15,000 for particularly dramatic examples. The zinc coins, while more abundant, maintain steady demand, especially when uncirculated or exhibiting notable errors, demonstrating that the market is nuanced and highly responsive to condition, rarity, and visual appeal. Collectors and investors alike monitor population reports, past auction results, and professional grading trends to make informed decisions, underscoring the sophisticated ecosystem that has developed around this single-cent coin. The overall market value of 1982 cents is staggering when viewed in aggregate. Collectors estimate that coins from this year, particularly copper examples, error coins, and high-grade proof sets, represent a combined market potentially worth over $232 million worldwide. This total encompasses circulation coins, proof coins, and rare error specimens that are actively traded among collectors, investors, and enthusiasts. The fact that a single-cent coin, historically considered ordinary, now represents a market of such magnitude highlights the extraordinary impact of scarcity, historical significance, and human fascination with collectibles. This context not only emphasizes the financial potential of 1982 cents, but also cements their status as objects of historical and cultural importance, bridging numismatic history with modern market dynamics. Collector investment strategies focus on maximizing both financial return and historical value. Serious collectors prioritize copper cents in high grades, particularly those with prominent errors or proof examples. Mint-mark diversification is also key, ensuring representation from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Monitoring auction results, population reports, and grading trends enables collectors to identify undervalued coins, predict market demand, and make informed acquisitions. Estate collections and inherited coins continue to be valuable sources of rare specimens, often containing high-grade copper coins or unusual errors that have been preserved from circulation. By combining careful research, hands-on inspection, and strategic acquisition, collectors can build portfolios that are both financially rewarding and historically significant, ensuring that the 1982 cent remains a compelling collectible for decades to come. The role of grading cannot be overstated in assessing the value of 1982 cents. Professional certification from PCGS, NGC, or similar services verifies both authenticity and condition, allowing buyers and sellers to confidently engage in transactions. High-grade coins, particularly MS 65 and above, consistently achieve significant premiums at auction, while lower-grade coins still retain value when combined with desirable errors or unusual characteristics. Population reports provide transparency, illustrating how many coins of each type and grade have been certified, and guiding collectors in identifying scarce examples. Coins that combine rarity, high grade, and visual appeal consistently command the highest prices, reflecting both their historical significance and collector demand. The human element, the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of careful study, and the connection to history remains at the core of the 1982 cents appeal. Many collectors recount stories of finding copper cents or dramatic error coins in everyday change, coin jars, or inherited collections. These discoveries often transform seemingly ordinary coins into treasures worth thousands of dollars, demonstrating the unpredictable excitement of numismatics. Each coin tells a story, whether about minting errors, economic conditions of the early 1980s, or the collector who painstakingly hunted for rare examples. This combination of historical context, human engagement, and financial potential ensures that the 1982 cent continues to captivate enthusiasts around the world. Design and aesthetic considerations further enhance the collectible value of 1982 cents. Lincoln's obverse portrait, with its intricate hair, beard, and facial features, allows collectors to assess strike quality and die condition. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, with its detailed columns, steps, and inscriptions, provides opportunities for identifying errors, doubled dies, and anomalies across mint outputs. Coins with strong strikes, crisp lettering, and full detail preserve the artistry of Victor David Brenner, while error coins introduce unique and visually striking variations. Proof coins, collector sets, and specialized mint packaging complement circulation examples, offering pristine specimens with mirror-like fields, sharp detail, and exceptional visual appeal. Collectors who combine circulation coins, proof examples, and error varieties assemble comprehensive sets that illustrate the full story of the 1982 cent. As we conclude this deep dive into the 1982 1-cent coin, it becomes clear that this single coin is far more than a small piece of copper or zinc. It is a historical artifact, a window into the economic and technological conditions of the early 1980s, and a testament to the meticulous artistry of minting. Its transition from copper to zinc, the variety of errors produced, and the survival of high-grade specimens all contribute to its enduring significance. The market, now valued collectively at over $232 million, reflects the confluence of scarcity, collector passion, and financial opportunity. For those who study it, hunt for it, or invest in it, the 1982 cent represents both a connection to American history and a tangible demonstration of the extraordinary potential hidden in everyday objects. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist, an aspiring collector, or someone intrigued by the extraordinary story of a simple penny, the 1982 cent offers endless opportunities for discovery, investment, and appreciation. From copper and zinc varieties to rare errors, high-grade proofs, and global collector demand, this coin encapsulates history, artistry, and market dynamics in a way few other coins can. Its continued relevance, historical significance, and financial potential make it a cornerstone of any serious collection and a symbol of the enduring fascination with coins that might otherwise have been overlooked. The 1982 1-cent coin, once a small and ordinary denomination, has become a treasure of immense cultural, historical, and financial value, reminding us that sometimes the smallest objects hold the greatest stories.